What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Best Coin News channel on YouTube. I'm Sonofasilverstacker. In today's Numismatic News and Information for the 16th day of February 2024, I'd like to welcome you over to moneymetals.com so we can check out the live spot prices as well as the availability and the premiums for the 24 American Silver Eagles. After that, we'll bump over to the United States Mint website to check out their bullion sales, and then we're going to go hit the Google machine real quick and then over to an article about coin grading. And that's really, I think, one of the toughest things in all of coin collecting is grading. You know, sometimes you're the hammer and sometimes you're the nail. But listen, before all that, before we get started on any of the stories for today, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. That way we can open the official Son of a Silver Stacker store selling the official Son of a Silver Stacker merchandise. Can't wait for that to happen. That'll be awesome. Now, over here to moneymetals.com, gold up 280 to 2017.35, silver up 7 cents to 23.17, platinum down 680 to 904.35, palladium down 925 to 980.65. You're looking at in stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.99. You're going to get out of there for $30.16 for a quantity of 1 through 39, and they're going to buy them back at $24.95 each. Now, here we are at the bullion sales for the United States Mint, and these are updated every weekday by 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And yes, yesterday they added some new numbers to the bullion sales. So we got some new gold, American Gold Eagles sales. We also got some quarter ounce. Those are new, all right, because these wouldn't be here if it was. And then we got some more 10th ounce, and that added to the total gold sales, but we didn't get any more American Silver Eagle sales, and I thought that was interesting. And I also think it's pretty interesting how they've raised their price. This is the highest that's been in a while, the sell to us price, so they must be looking for those. Now, over here to the Google machine, I looked up Space Force, and this is from The Guardian 20 hours ago. Trouble at U.S. Space Force as multi-billion-dollar program canceled. And there's more news about Space Force and major overhaul. Air Force and Space Force will roll out new ranks, training, structure, yada yada. I don't know what's going on over there, but really, I was looking for the Space Force 2.5 ounce silver medal, and then I came across that. So I don't know what's going on over Space Force. Maybe we're not going to get one because maybe there won't be a Space Force. Maybe it'll be incorporated into the Air Force. I don't know, but that's just one of those things. Now, this is Coin Week, and this is an article by Coin Week Notes right there. And this is from February 15, 2024, so that was just yesterday. Title of this article is Condition Rarity. I think that's something that most coin collectors need to know about. And it says here when to look for it and when to be leery of it. And I will leave a link for this article in the description so you can read it at your leisure, okay? There it is, 1981, Susan B. Anthony. It's interesting that they have that there. I don't even know if they even talk about it in this particular article. All right, let's get to it. It's a noun. It says right there, the term condition rarity can refer to two things. Number one and number two, bullet points right there. A coin that is considered rare because of its exceptional state of preservation. This meaning is typically used in conjunction with modern coinage, but logically it can be used for any series with a large number of surviving pieces. A conditionally rare coin is typically a coin in the higher tiers of mint state, MS, with few other known specimens certified at that level. That's a condition rarity. Number two here, a kind of rarity by which a coin or other numismatic object can be judged that is determined not by mintage, age, survival rate, etc., rather by the item's exceptional state of preservation. Isn't that interesting? Because all these factors go into a coin, right? Mintage, you know, how old it is, the survival rate of the coins, right? There's so many factors that go into it, but this one for condition rarity is the exceptional state of preservation. That's huge. That's a big part right there. What's left and in what condition, right? And here we go. Understanding condition rarity and its relationship to absolute rarity, there's another term that we need to know as coin collectors, is essential to avoid unnecessary exposure to market declines when populations increase. Gosh, and that does happen, folks. It really does. And that's why I only collect modern coins, because let's face it, there could be a whole bag of 1921 peace dollars sitting around somewhere in a MS condition that we don't even know about yet, okay? But with the new coins that come out now, we know the mintages, all right? Now, this is especially important when investing in modern coins with low submission rates and low high-grade populations. Did you hear that, folks? That was the crux of it all right there. This is huge. Low submission rates and low high-grade populations. Now, when do you think it would be advantageous in that environment at all? Are there certain situations that you can think of that have low submission rates And a low high-grade populations? Yeah, absolutely. That's actually opportunity. Absolute rarity versus conditional rarity. Here we go. This is important. When numismatists talk about the concept of rarity, they're talking about the perceived number of pieces that are believed to exist or are known to exist. There you go. That's huge. For example, 5 1913 Liberty Head nickels are known to exist. This number has been stable since a United States Mint employee revealed that he had 5 of them around 1920, about 7 years later, right? With an absolute rarity that is easily understood. So what, there's 10 pieces, right? Or there's 5 plus the others, right? Stable, all right? Now look at this. With an absolute rarity that is easily understood, the condition of the coins matters in terms of the desirability of any given specimen compared to the others. Here we go. This is where it all lines up. When talking about the 1913 Liberty Head nickels, it is generally understood that the Eliasberg specimen is finer than the Olsen-Heidemann specimen, which is finer than the Walton specimen, and so on and so forth. Do you understand? That's incredible. And that's how few there are that they even have names. I mean, that's just like, what? Even rarer are the handful of United States coins that are unique or are one of 2 or 3 known. In these instances, as in the case of the 1913 nickel, condition is important in determining which coin is likely to sell for the most money. Yeah, but every specimen is rare and therefore valuable, or maybe invaluable, right? So that's interesting. So that's the 1913, and they give a really easily understood example right there. Now it says here, not every coin works this way. Each coin in the U.S. series has its own story and personality. Some coins are considered rare or are virtually unknown in mint state, but are relatively plentiful in circulated grades. 1965 quarter. Civil War era San Francisco gold coins fall into this category. Did you hear that? That's interesting. These coins are condition rarities, and collectors rightfully treat the mint state coins differently than the circulated coins from the same issue. Absolutely, that's easy peasy. Now here we go. Condition rarities are not necessarily rare. It's interesting when people have to use qualifier words right there. That's pretty interesting. Not necessarily the wrong thing to do here, but it definitely it means something else is going on here. He says you're using the same understanding of condition rarity that one would apply to a vintage coin with stable population and a known scarcity in mint state when it comes to a modern coin is a misapplication of the term and could lead to a disastrous consequence. That's right. Certified populations of modern coins are subject to different pressures than most classic coins. In most instances, the value of this is important here. The value of a raw modern coin falls under the minimum threshold necessary to warrant submission to a grading service. Meaning, are you going to spend more to grade it than it's worth once it's back in the final grade? We call this terminal point, the grade where a coin becomes worth less in its certified holder than it costs associated with submitting the coin to be in that certified holder. Whoops. Yeah, you ever made that mistake? Welcome to coin collecting. In instances where a coin is typically worth less than its certified counterpart, the profit motive to submit the coin for grading is absent in the first place. Yeah, what are you even doing? Right? This reduces the number of coins submitted for certification. So there you go. That's why the population is low, because it's not worth it, right? Look at that, bam, which skews the population data. Often you see this with modern world coins that don't have an established collector base, but you will also see it with recent U.S. issues. There you go. So if collectors don't think it's worth actually submitting, they're not going to submit it, and that's why you see low populations. Now, I really would have loved for them to talk about the 2021 Denver issue. You know what I'm talking about, that Morgan dollar that was condition rarity. Yeah, that one. Let's start talking about percentages. Let's talk about the lowest grades it was in. That would have been probably more timely, I would say, and probably better to understand. There you go. When marketing conditionally rare modern coins, a seller may state that the coin is a population 1 with none finer or population 3 with 1 finer. These may be factually correct statements, but they do not express the reality of the situation. For modern coins, one has to be careful that an insufficient amount of material has been submitted for grading to draw any conclusion from the population data. So you didn't get a really large enough sample size, right? Otherwise, the buyer will almost always overpay for a common coin, thinking that it is rare. Here we go. This is important too. Third-party grading service special programs sometimes bifurcate population data. And that just means it just fork in the road right there, bifurcate. It splits it up in more than one. All right, the way third-party grading services publish their population data can lead to misunderstandings regarding a coin's condition rarity. Typically, new modern coins will be submitted for certification in limited numbers at the outset of a coin's program's release. And I think that's really when we have the majority of the coins actually submitted for grading. It is in the very beginning, not 20, 30 years later, right? I think that's easy to understand. All three of the major grading services offer special consideration to coins submitted within 30 days of the program's launch. That's the incentive right there to get them all done before the 20 years goes by. And now it says here these programs, first strike for PCGS, first early release for NGC, and first delivery for CAC, often account for a large percentage of total number of coins submitted for any given program, but not the large percentage of the total number of coins available for submission. There it is. Ding, 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 ding. Read that again or replay the video. In some instances, sellers may indicate that a coin is conditionally rare from this pool of coins there or from the pool of coins submitted after this window, as the services often report coins submitted within 30 days apart from the general population. And while it may be true that a service received a limited number of coins for grading during this window, there is no material difference in the quality of the coins submitted within 30 days and those submitted later. There it is. Bam. So it's just a label, right? Furthermore, there is usually no way of knowing whether a coin submitted within 30 days was struck before or after coin submitted later, right? There you go. Finally, there's no real difference in quality of a coin struck earlier in the year and one struck later, as a die state and other factors are more determinant of a coin's quality. That's good to know, isn't it? That's huge. So it just depends on the die, right? Now that's when you can look at uncirculated mint sets. Now, another aspect of grading, service special programs comes in the form of limited edition special label programs. These are for the label chasers, is what I like to call it. These programs often report the population for the coins from that program and omit reference to the broader certified population for this issue. Absolutely. Sellers often, because it breaks down into subdivisions, like that Rush song, subdivisions. Sellers will often use the limited nature of these programs to market a coin for higher prices because it is a condition rarity. It's best to avoid paying more money for a coin due to the nature of the label, because it is unlikely that a two-way market for the label will exist to support that price when a collector decides it is time to sell. Yep, that's right. Okay, here we go. I think this is the last paragraph, and then we're going to wrap it up. Running out of time. All right. Affordable, ungraded material will always put pressure on condition rarities. Ah, yes. When a large gap exists between coins in the top grade and those in the grade immediately below it, an incentive exists to resubmit a coin. You've heard of that, possibly multiple times, in order to get a coin in a plastic holder at a level that will yield the submitter more money. That's a payday right there, right? For classic coins with stable, ultra-high-end populations, population bloat can occur when submitters do not follow the necessary steps to inform the grading service that the old certification number is no longer active. Yeah, they popped it out of the holder, right? Whoops. How many times does that happen? Multiple times? 10 times? Yeah, that also skews the population numbers, right? So that's kind of, is it shady? I don't know. Is it unethical? I don't know. You tell me. Attempting to turn a $5,000 coin into a $28,000 coin by virtue of a 1-point upgrade is just another day in the rare coin industry. Happens all the time, right? But the fact remains that the submitter first must identify a $5,000 coin that has a chance to upgrade. Heck, it could be a $500 coin with a chance to upgrade to $2,800. And I think people would do that, right? Wouldn't they? That's interesting. Now, with modern rarities, the cost of acquisition is usually drastically different. If only a small fraction of the available supply of coins has been submitted for grading, then the likelihood of finding additional coins that may earn a high grade is very high, though you will still need adequate grading skills to maximize your efforts. And that's what it boils down to, because like I said, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. And if you're good at this, you're going to be the hammer, not the nail. Now, if the cost associated with seeking out the potentially high-grade coins is also low, the cost to make the new coin is also likely low. Yep, over time, those access to more cheap coins will continue to submit them and enlarge certified populations to the point of diminishing returns. Wah, wah. A clear example of the collapse of the value of modern condition-ready coin we've seen on an average 2001 San Francisco minted Sacagawea dollar. Again, that particular coin is not alone. The 1995 W, that's West Point, American Silver Eagle, and countless other modern coins have suffered similar fates. There it is. That's incredible. What a great little article. I think everybody should be on that one. Now, this is the plus ones. This is BAM! Understanding. It says here, the heart sees better than the eyes. And you can look into someone else's eyes, but not see into someone else's heart. And I think what that means is that the heart sees what is invisible to the eye. And that's that. That's a fact, Jack, right? Now, this is Dire Straits, So Far Away, here at 99.9 KOI and Coin News Radio. Oh, whoa. Now, that's our show for today, folks. I do hope that you've enjoyed yourself. If you've stayed this long, you must have, right? Unless you like punishing yourself. I don't know. Either way, Y'all have a great day. It is Friday. That's right, Friday, the 16th of February. Stacker out.